Here we go. This is a report of the most important fights of last week. Now, in Carlos Adames, 14-1-1, with 18 fights, knockouts at the time. Well, what am I writing here? What the hell? Well, I'm reading. I'm not reading this wrong here. He's 18 victories and 14 knockouts, which is a very high percentage there. My eyes are going, but I'm stubborn. I want you to see my baby blues, greens. For Ammo Austin Williams, 20. What the hell am I writing here? Ay, 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 ay. I believe that is, no, it's 20 victories, one defeat, 13 KOs. Now, Adamas is a very veteran guy, and the thing is, he's a class above Austin Ammo, who was a very brave guy. But it was one-sided. It was one of the most one-sided competitive fights I saw. You know why? Because Ammo is a lot of heart. But Carlos was too much. At first he looked like a bull. He looked like a linebacker next to Austin, who looked a little skinny. And Austin tried to fight him. Even Austin hurt him at one point. But Ammo, Carlos was too much. Old school. And he's not a young guy, but he's not an old guy either. He's still in his prime. Any steps he's lost along the way, he's made up with his veteran skills. Well, anyway, somehow Amo survived, but nearly lost every round. But put up a great fight. It shows his heart. The guy, he's good, but he's not great. And Carlos, well, I would say it was great that night, at least against Amo. Now, another guy who's potentially a good fighter, Teramo 900 with 9 KOs, all knockouts, was fighting the Curtis the Hot Harper, 1912 and 1-0 with 13 KOs. Big knockout fight. Good knockout percentage, and not a dead body, but not a live body exactly. Tried to play a little dirty because he was like going with the Samoan, and Tomorrow is from the islands. One of those island people like David Tua or The Rock. One of those guys who went on a canoe across the Pacific Ocean. Very tough people, very heavy boned, and very powerful. Well, he was smelling dead fish, and there was no need for that. Samoan actually is charismatic. He took it well. He didn't get outraged. He didn't attack the guy. He didn't say, "Hey, what are you doing? Talking to me like I'm a dead fish." Well, within one round, and the Hurt, which is Harper's nickname, uh, got hurt. And towards the end, and was knocked out cold. Justice done. Now, a fight where I was more Troy, which just tells you, I had J. Cobb Gomez, 14-0-1 with 8 kills, fighting Too Smooth Corey Marksman, 12-1-0-1 with 9 kills. Too Smooth, I thought, was one of those underachieving black guys. I did. I marked them, and because a lot of times black fighters have a lot of natural skills, but they don't utilize them because they're spoiled. I have natural skill. I can be spoiled, and also they don't get a big following. This guy proved me wrong in every way. First, he fully utilized his skills, and he outclassed Gomez, who had the advantage of being a Latin fighter with a predominantly Latin audience that the opponents may favor him. But Too Smooth was too smooth, too powerful. It was a great fight. And he was very flamboyant. He'll get a following. He even had a big following there. You have to have that edge, that flamboyance, that, manage. And he does have it. And he's a good fighter. And I think there's a lot that's going to fall. And The Latin fighter Gomez was not a bad fighter, but he was out. He was beaten, but he put up a good fight. Oh yeah. Now what's this here? Michael Corleone. What am I? I don't know what I'm looking at here. Oh, Colon, 23 and 0 with what is it here? 13 kilos. Now this guy was a great amateur, but can't take a really good punch. And he's lost to guy. He normally, if he had a good chin, he'd be a champion and he'd be quite the pound for pound. But he don't have the big punch to be taken from another guy. Now he was fighting the King, Kevin Welsh, 14-0 with 10 KOs, who seemed like a durable guy with a good punch, but it only fought in the regional areas of Massachusetts. Was half Irish and half miscellaneous. I think Asian. Look Puerto Rican. You mix them together. Anyway, I would have given this to the referee because Michael was too cautious because they're afraid his chin would be exposed, and Kevin was too cautious to not press in the fight. I was given that Kevin would win because I thought, Michael didn't have the good chin, and eventually Kevin would be aggressive enough to hit that chin. Didn't happen. Went the distance. After 12 rounds, but the other guy lost. Kevin won, but really none of it. No, there was no winners in this one. Then Karen Mallory, 13-0, with what? How many KOs? About 10? A lot, a lot. He was fighting Xavier Caron, 15-2 and 1, with 7 KOs. Now I assessed this thing. Caron, Kelly, is a good puncher, body puncher, aggressive. Not as aggressive as you think he should be. And that's flamboyant, a little shy Irishman. Yeah. And he was fighting Caron, who I saw his fights. He's a good boxer. With a snappy punch, but not big enough to derail Mullen. So he didn't have enough firepower. And in the end, if it had gone a few more rounds, Karen wins because he started turning it on in the end. And the Dutchman, he's from Dutchland, but he's not really. I mean, he is Dutch, but he's immigrant Dutch. From probably from in one of the Dutch colonies. So that's what happened there. Now let's see here. My eyes don't adore me. Let me put this here. Let's see. Tail, tick, walk, walk. Terry talk, walk. What the hell am I looking at here? What the hell is going on here? My eyes deceive me. Tick, walk, walk against Jacob Cannon. Jacob had 8, 7, and 1 with both unknown knockouts, but I think Walk Walk could punch. And he beat Jason. He was a little too much. Now, one of the best fights there was George Liddy, 13-0 with, was it 10 KOs. Then Taylor's Tenney, 21, 3 and 3 with 4 KOs. Now, this was an interesting fight because Leno has blasted he looked like a tiny little Jack Dempsey. Very aggressive, very powerful, very arrogant, very charismatic, and he's destroying people. Liddy, they thought it would destroy him. And eventually, when the beginning of the fight, it looked like that was going to happen. But Liddy got himself back in the fight, and he's pressing this Irishman, pressing him, pressing him, pressing him. Well, Liddy, British champion, Brit he didn't have the power. He just didn't have the power. But it was a very close fight. He might have won it if because he really neutralized it by smothering by all his veteran skills. It's a very interesting fight. But Liddy won. Ebony and Ivory won. It was a good fight. Now, another fight. Here we go here. Jimmy Slane against the boy, Daniel Duz. Jimmy is 0 with 10 kills, big knockout percentage. Against Danny Slade, who, oh my God, my eyes. Oh, goodness me. I should put the glasses on. I should. Let's see. Jimmy Ozzy's 13, 8 and 0 with 3 kills. Jimmy was just too much for Del Boy. Del Boy has good power, but not enough power. And Jimmy won, I believe, by knockout because he's a very hard puncher. Emerald Buttigieg. This was a fight that was for the ages. Jake Goodwin was winning. He was Buttigieg, who's very tall, very young. I think he's 21, very aggressive, but don't have a big punch. Out of 11 fights, he has what, 3 KOs? And the other guy had, I don't know what his percentage was, but it was better. But the thing was, they went a 4 of attrition, boom, 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 boom. And then, in the end, Buttigieg, when he was going to lose the fight, came up with a punch and knocked the other guy senseless. Yeah. What's this? Still the Power Brown. Mr. Brown, 12 and 0 with 6 KOs, was too much with Darren Johnson, 12 and 1 and 0. Johnson, he had 3 knockouts. A long drink of water, very tall, was aggressive, but the other guy hit him and hit him early. Yeah, won the fight. Yeah, this is all good fights. All that stick out in my mind. So that's the story. Now let's see if we can get this up online. I have a little trouble. They kept upgrading things and then they want to charge me more. What the hell? Come on. I don't understand how. I don't have my people to show me around. Okay, and we're gonna stop this. Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. Stop recording. All right. All right, here we go. Stop recording.